Welcome to another episode of Jared's Not Funny. I'm your host, Jared Christianson, and today I'm joined by a fellow comedian that I really don't know a lot about, but I'm interested because when I say this guy is the good vibe crew, I mean, every time that I'm around him, I just want to, chill out and talk to him for a little while. So we get an opportunity to sit down today. Ladies and gentlemen, Chout Bout.
What's good, y'all? What's good, Jared? What's going on,
bro? What's going on, brother?
I appreciate this opportunity, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time to come and hang out with me.
Oh, most definitely, man. Most definitely. I wouldn't have missed this opportunity for the world, brother. I'm glad I came through. I'm like Tehran right now. Like, I'm amazed, man. Like, you just dropped a bomb on me real quick, man. It's fucking multi-platinum artist just hanging out and like, I'm just saving it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
It's all good.
It's all good. I appreciate it very much, man. Yeah, so you said that you make beats too.
Yeah, I do. In my spare time, I like to make beats a little bit, you know what I mean, and tinker a little bit. So it's fun though, you know what I mean, because I used to rap. So
yeah,
when I felt like I was too old to be still trying to rap, if you feel me, you know what I mean. Like I don't see myself trying to bounce around on stage no more and all of that. I was like, you know what, let me fall back behind the scenes because that's where the money is at for real.
Sure.
Producing and, you know what I'm saying, mixing and mastering. So I was like, I'll just do producing. And I started making beats and just giving beats to my homeboys and stuff. So
yeah,
I just still do it in my spare time, just make a couple of beats. And if somebody called me like, hey, you still got beats? I'd be like, yeah, what you need?
Yeah, I'm always in the lab.
Yeah, always in the lab.
Absolutely. Yeah, for me, it's something that, because as I showed you, right, is like, I don't really release a lot of stuff because it's not for that, I mean, nowadays it's easy to do, right? Before, when I first started doing it, it was hard as hell to get it up on any streaming platform or anything.
Right.
That's like 15 years ago. But now it's so easy to do, I'm sure, but it's just never been something that, that I've really wanted to go after, to be like, hey, look at my music,
Right.
So, and it's fun too. It's fun to have people in and be like, hey, not everything that comes out of this place is amazing, right? But I have had, those moments in the studio where it's just like, oh my God, like this is something.
Everything you let me hear was dope. Like,
yeah. Well, I get to choose, I get to choose my favorite artists that I've worked with. So, I really appreciate it though. Now, do you ever record artists? Do you ever record rap or anything?
I used to when I had all of the equipment to do it. But now all I have is just my beat making stuff. Like I don't have no mics for recording and a booth or anything. Like I built my own booth before so that I could record artists, you know what I mean? And I used to charge them like $20 an hour.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Just because I like doing it. You know what I mean? And I wasn't rapping no more, but I was like, all right, this is my beat. I got a beat for you. You want to do it? And I record it. But I don't record anymore, but I used to.
I got you.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, it's always fun to meet somebody who's kind of, you said something to me when you were listening to a couple of the tracks that I was showing you is you said, I'm listening to it and I'm hearing everything that you're doing. And when you've recorded music, that's something that happens, right? You don't listen to music the same anymore. It's like you hear like, oh, they're doing this on the snare or they're using this 808 or, it's just, you hear music differently.
Or you sometimes you even ask yourself, what is that sound?
Yep.
Like, what is that sound? And it's the sound that most people wouldn't even hear. But you hear it like, what is that sound? Where did they get that sound from? Like, I like break every part of the sound. I'm like a track board. You know what I mean? I'm listening to every single track. Like, damn, that sounds good.
Same.
Oh, that snare sounds good with that 808. Like, it's different when you're not listening to music for the lyrics and all of that. You listening for the sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember one of my favorite moments in the studio was just myself, and I had listened to a track where I really loved what the snare was doing. Somehow it was like sucking into the hit, it was like spap, spap, like, and it just gave it something extra, and I was like, what is that? Like, I don't even know how to type into Google, be like snare sucking into itself. Like, it's a weird thing, but I ended up figuring out what it was, and it was just, putting a lot of reverb on a snare and then reversing that. And then now that hit, that disdain where like you hit something and it's pow, now it's reversed. So it's
Right.
So just those kind of treasure hunts is really what makes recording music a lot of fun to me.
That's exactly right. I've done that before with a clap.
Yeah.
I took a clap and added an echo to it and then the reverb and played it backwards.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's so rewarding, right? It's like it's a clap or it's a snare, but once you figure it out, it's like I can do that now.
Right. And then it's even crazier because you sit back and be like, you listen to guys like Hitmaker and different people like that right now. You like, yo, I was doing that kind of shit like 10 years ago, bro. Like, but now any sound that he makes or any sound that DJ Khaled makes or whoever, when they create that sound, they patent it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And that's how they put out these sound kits on the different sound things. They patent that sound that they make, and now they can sell it. It's their sound.
That makes sense. That's what we should have done. We should have patented our shit.
We should have patented our shit a long time ago, and we would be making another one, just like DJ Khaled.
Another
one.
Hell yeah. So you're driving down the road. What are you listening to right now?
On my way here, I was listening to Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
I mean, you can't beat it.
But most of the time, if I'm going to a show, you want to know what my song is for when I get ready to do a show?
Oh, I'd love to know.
Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe.
Oh, okay, Kendrick. Yeah.
I go into Kendrick and I'm listening to that on my way to a show, and once I get there, can't nothing fuck with me. Like, I'm in my zone and I'm ready to do my thing.
I love that. Yeah, for me, it's weird because it's like on the way to a show, honestly, I kind of have it a little dead silent, you know, like I just want to be in my thoughts. And then as I'm pulling up, right, normally I'll listen to like Duality from Slipknot. Like I want something like heavy just to get me in just like a mentality of just, you know what, like I could see Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe as just being like, yo, that song makes me feel good no matter what.
No matter what.
You know, I like, you know, to get like, I don't know, almost aggressive towards it because I get so nervous that I almost have to change my mentality of, oh, I'm going to go up there, I'm going to kill. Like I gotta, you know, I'm not a very loose person until the moment my hand touches the mic.
Okay.
Then it's like, okay, I'm here. Okay. Right. But up to that point, I really have to stoke myself up in order to get on that stage.
And for me, it's until I hear my name. When I hear my name get called to come to the stage, then it's game on.
Yep.
But before then, I'm butterflies. Like my stomach is all bubbly. I'm looking around at the crowd. I'm looking to see what jokes went over for other comedians and how the crowd reacted to certain things.
Yeah.
And then I'm nervous that whole time. And then once I hear coming to the stage, Chout Bout, it's like everything goes away.
Yeah. Yeah. Because as much as people say, oh, well, just be yourself up there, you kind of got to, you take on a character because you can't just say that, oh, I'm just going to walk up there as me and just, you know, tell jokes and that's it. No, when you get up there and you're looking out into a crowd and you're looking at eyes on you, all eyes on you, hey, you know, all eyes on you, and you're saying, okay, this is a different thing.
Right.
You know, like, so yeah, I like the you're okay until you hear your name, because then like, yeah, it's game time.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I've learned that to engage with the audience, for me, to really get them to like know that they're paying me all the way attention, even after I'm announced and I come up on stage, I still do my, you know, I'm Chout Bout, a.k.a. Bout Got Jokes, from Southside Jamaica, Queens, same neighborhood as 50 Cent, no cap. And as soon as I say that line, from Southside Jamaica, Queens, same neighborhood as 50 Cent, people are looking down. When they hear that, they automatically look up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, now I got your attention for real. I know everybody's looking at me, so I'm about to give you my best.
I love it. Yeah, you got the hook, line, and sinker right there.
The hook, line, and sinker right there.
And it's not even a joke. You're like, this is where I'm from.
Yeah, this is
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
I'm your substitute teacher. You know, but you better be paying attention.
You better be paying attention to me, man.
Yeah. How long have you been doing comedy now?
It's going on 1.5 years now.
Awesome.
Since the first set that I did, which was for LA's comedy competition.
Okay.
Yeah, I did competition. I came in first place to make it to the finals.
Okay.
And that was the first time I ever did comedy. Like,
let's go.
I didn't do an open mic or anything. I heard about the competition and I got in it. And I was going against Arthur, June. You know what I mean? Janie Chappell. Yeah, it was me, Janie, Arthur, and June in the competition, and I went up and I came up.
Excuse me. Okay. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, actually, no, Arthur hosted it. Because he had already made it to the finals.
Oh,
and I
okay.
was going up against Janie and June to make it, and I won out of them.
Heck yeah.
To make it on to the finals.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So what does that do for your confidence, right? You show up for your first show, which is a competition, and you walk away with a dub. How's that feel?
It felt good. Like, it put me in another mindset of like, okay, this is really meant for me to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
If I wouldn't have came, you know what I mean? If I wouldn't have came in first place, or if I didn't make it onto the finals, I kind of would have doubted myself a little bit. Like, is this really for me? Like,
sure.
But I'm naturally a funny person, though. I'm that guy, like, all my friends always laughed at me. Nobody's ever told me, yo, you should be a comedian. But once I started doing the digital content, because, you know, I do digital content, too, on Facebook, Instagram, and all of that. And Twitch, yep. With the streaming the game. But once I started doing that, my friends was like, yo, man, you should do stand-up, bro. Like, you be thinking of some crazy-ass shit.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
You should do stand-up. And then how I found out about the competition is my homegirl, Sheena Myers, sent me the link for the competition. And I emailed LA, and he got right back to me. And that dude right there, man, I'm thankful for that guy right there,
for
man.
sure, yeah. The first time I ever went on stage was after one of his regular shows where he has an open mic afterwards for all your open micers, which I think is a great way to do it. You know, have a show, and you get, as a comedian or as a new comedian, you get to kind of see some people who have been doing it for a while.
Definitely.
And so it kind of takes for me, it kind of took a little bit of pressure off, you know, just because, hey, now he announces the open mic show, and you know that you're going to be seeing some people that are just trying out some stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've always thought a lot about LA with the way that he still makes it a point, like, to put open micers up, even though it's a show.
Yeah.
You know, because you're getting an audience, right? And that audience is already primed, right, from the other acts. So now to give you, you know, someone who's not part of the show, you might be sitting in the audience and just say, you know what, I want to try my hand at this. You get 5 minutes.
You get 5 minutes to try to see if you can make people laugh.
Yeah.
And it's a good feeling when you get that laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing like it. For me, like, I love it.
But for me, like, what really let me know, like, all right, this is my lane, is having guys like you, Jordan, Teron Rogers.
Yeah.
Like, when you come off stage and you guys are like, yo, bro, like, you cooking, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what really made me feel good, to know that, like, my peers, like, you guys have been doing this way longer than me. You know what I mean? And you guys are hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So when I've being a newcomer and I would go up on stage and then come off, and y'all guys be like, yo, bro, like, keep working. And then Teron, he gives me advice on how to do certain things, or just take this word and put it here, or
absolutely.
You know what I mean? LA too, like, and I like that. Like, I like the constructive criticism, because y'all been doing it. You know what I mean? Sure. So I don't never, you know, some people look at it like, oh, he just don't like the joke the way I'm telling it. But no, if you don't take constructive criticism about things, you'll never be great at anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Teron pulled me aside. It was the first or second time I'd ever met him. He pulled me aside after I came off stage, and he goes, hey, this is the end to that joke. This is your ending. And when he told it to me, I audibly just could not stop laughing. I mean, I could not stop. And I was like, dude, I feel bad even taking it. He's like, no, it's your joke. You wrote 99.9% of it. Just, this is your ending. And I was like, yo, I should have thought of that, you know. But he was so gracious in giving me that, right? Because I had what I felt like was a burner. but I just couldn't tag it right. You know, I couldn't punch it at the end. And he literally gave me a Mike Tyson punch at the end. And I was like, oh man. So that's the way I think it should be, right? Yeah. Is that we're obviously in a way trying to compete where it's like, it's friendly competition, right? While I want you to do good, right? I want you to kill. But afterwards, I want to kill even more. You know, like I want us all to kill. Like, you know, but there are moments where you see people. I'm sure you've seen it at the open mics, especially at like Spot on Kirk, where it's like, man, sometimes guys can just be on fire. Yeah. They can literally set ablaze. It's like, I've seen this guy do well, but sometimes it's just they show up and it's like it's like music, you know, where it's like the way that you deliver the words has everything to do with how engaged your audience is, and you know how much buy-in they're going to give, and how big the laughs are going to be. Right. You know.
That's exactly right.
So, and just so that you know, you've been in it for 1.5 years. I started 2 months before you. So Tehran and LA and all them, like they got the months on us, but like that's why when I saw you, I knew that you were new. Someone had told me about, you know, you winning that competition, and I was like, man, like that's awesome, because like, you know, we came in right around the same time, and to see your development, your growth. And I will tell you right now, as being somebody who hangs out outside of shows, you are the funniest of us when chilling. You just have that vibe, and you will say whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? And that's why I like you so much, man. It's just, you are your own vibe. You are your own person. And I've never seen you come off of that. It's like when I see Chout, I can run up, I can say whatever I want. And you know it's all love.
All love.
You know,
all the time. Man. Yeah, that's why when I see you, like, because you don't always come out sometimes, but when you do come out, you know it's always, yo, what's good?
Absolutely,
like, happy to see you out, man. But because it's always a good time, bro. Always, like you said, man. I just try to keep that energy up, because that's just who I am. You know what I mean? At work, anywhere I'm at, I'm always making people laugh. You know what I mean? So it was just a natural thing for me to become a comedian. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Who are some of your favorites, like people that you study to do what you do?
Yeah. So give you my top 3. Okay. And they're different types of reasons. So Dave Chappelle, and that's for the storytelling. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody is as good as telling a story as Dave Chappelle. And Dave Chappelle is okay with silence. More than any comedian I've ever seen, where it's like he'll take you on a 7 to 10 minute journey, but at the end, the entire place is going to be an ocean of laughter. Yes. Right? So definitely him. Got to go with Anthony Jeselnik, just because he's dark, but he gets away with it.
Okay.
And that, you know, it's one thing to go out there and say, oh, you know, dead babies and liberals, you know, blah, blah, blah. You can say whatever you want. But if you don't get away with it, if you get booed, or if no one laughs, you didn't get away with it.
Right.
But if you present it in a way that people are like, haha, that's funny, like, and they break out in laughter, you got away with it.
Yes, you did.
You know? And I talk about a lot of different things in my act, as you know, right? Yeah. And I like to go there, right? I think it's because I believe in, you know, the most freedom of speech is in comedy for me. That's where I literally can say whatever I want. I can't do that necessarily at my job, you know, and spend a lot of time there. So it's like to know that I can get on the stage, I can say whatever I want. This is my time. You know, to be able to write whatever I want. So Anthony Jeselnik, and then I got to go with Mitch Hedberg as number 3.
Okay.
Just because he's silly funny, you know? Yeah. And he's stupid funny at the same time. Silly, stupid, funny. And I love silly, stupid, funny. And he writes stuff that he himself giggles at while he delivers it. And there's something about that where it's like, you know, if you don't find your own jokes funny, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you don't find your own jokes funny, it probably isn't that funny.
Right.
And even if it is funny, you probably aren't going to be able to project it to or present it to a crowd and then believe in it.
Right. And it's that thing that Tehran said. if you chuckle a little bit when you get ready to start telling a joke,
Yep.
the crowd is going to automatically look and be like, oh my God, what the fuck is he about to say?
And that being said, it better be funny if you're chuckling at it.
It better be funny.
Yeah.
It better be.
Yeah, don't get caught chuckling at your own joke and it ain't funny.
No, don't get caught doing that.
That will reverse hit you.
I'll give you my top 3.
Cool. Do you mind if I get your lighter real quick?
Oh, no.
Sorry.
I'll do with it.
I don't even know where mine is.
I'm going to go Richard Pryor first.
Okay, absolutely. What a great.
And that's because of his storytelling and the way that he can switch characters on stage when he's doing the storytelling. You know what I mean? Like Mudbone is one of my favorite. So you slow that goddamn car down. This is a residential neighborhood. This is a residential district. This ain't no neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And but he's just like one of the GOATs, man. That I grew up watching him, and I always thought he was funny. And then I'm gonna have to go Red Fox.
Okay. Yeah.
Because of how dirty he gets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I go there, you know me, how I get, you know what I'm saying? I'll go there. And last but not least, man, Dave Chappelle, bro.
Yeah.
Like he is somebody that I really truly study. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like you said, he is good with the silence.
Yes.
Like he doesn't have to have the crowd laughing every time he opens his mouth. He's good with telling you a story that makes you seem like, okay, where is it at? But like you said, when he gives it to you,
yep.
Oh my God, the whole place is gonna erupt.
Well, and when you listen to him tell those long-winded jokes, right? Those longer, like 7 to 10 minute jokes, he has like almost a dad voice. Where like you pay attention, right? Because he's setting everything up for you, and you know that like, you know, as far as jokes go, some people, you know, that they build a small house for you, and then they're gonna light that bitch on fire, and it's gonna be hilarious.
Right.
Dave will build a skyscraper for you and think it's a skyscraper, but at the end of the day, like he'll explode. Like you think you'll know every little piece of what's going on, but then he'll reverse it on you, and you just, you know, that, I don't know, just his writing style and the way that he sees situations, you know, it truly does take, to find the comedy in something, you cannot look at it through your day-to-day lens.
Right.
You know, I don't think a lot of my comedy has come from the day-to-day lens, because, you know, kind of like my Xbox joke, right? That would be seen as a tragedy, right? But to find, you know, to say, well, it was, but what's the spin on this, you know?
Exactly. That's like my bed bugs joke.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because some people are like, oh, like that's mean. Or then some people are like fucking hilariously laughing at it. You know what I mean? So it's finding that spin. And then again, I've learned that it's paying attention to the crowd.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like looking out. Like the growth that I have right now is being able to look out and judge my crowd and be like, all right, I got to take this joke out. You know what I mean? It's not going to go well with these people. Like, but I always have a backup. You know what I mean? And that's the key, is having that backup. So I'm getting myself to the point now where I feel like I'll have a solid 20 in a minute. You know what I mean? Right now I have a solid 15. Yeah. That's golden. You know what I mean? But I have jokes right now that I need to work out at an open mic or something. You know what I mean? And once I get those worked out, I'll have a solid 20. And then it's just adding 5 minutes on until I get to that solid 30, 100%. Solid 45, a solid hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And to me, it's, when I was putting together my 20 for Rich Voss, I mean, I went through every single joke that I've ever written, you know. And it was a good feeling, because having been in it for, you know, a year and a half, maybe a couple extra months on a half, to go through and read some of the previous jokes that I've written, I probably used 3 or 4 of the first jokes I ever wrote.
Okay.
And it was because, you know, I saw it and I was like, you know what? That joke is good. It's just, it needs a different ending. So I tried it out on stage a couple of times and just said, you know what? Let it flow. Let it just come out of you. Because some of my best lines have just been, you know, I told my Xbox joke, right? And I knew that it was the wrong crowd, you know. And there's something about there's something about not getting laughs and being uncomfortable on stage, because I knew it was going to bomb.
Right.
I knew it. And when I told it and nobody laughed, I mean, like, you could have heard a pin drop in the room, but I remember just like saying, all right, roll out of this. How you going to do it? And I was like, oh, a bunch of PlayStation motherfuckers up in here. And they lost it. And I was like, yeah, all right, that's the line, right? That's the line.
When it doesn't go over, you just say that and it cracks out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, sometimes being uncomfortable on stage and having a joke flop is a learning experience, and sometimes it'll kind of show you, like, how do I go forward from here? There's Nate. I'm probably gonna say his name wrong, but Nate Bargatze. Yeah. So I like him, and he shared his own viewpoints as far as like what to do for new comedians and stuff. And I've really gotten to, I take with a grain of salt what he says, but he's, because he's a clean comedian.
Right.
Nothing wrong with clean comedians at all, right? Like, it's just a different style. I personally am not clean. I don't want to do a clean set. It's just not something that I'm interested in. Maybe later on in life. But I liked what he said, where it was, you got to be able to adapt, right, in the moment. And I truly believe that is the difference between a professional and just somebody going up there and saying their jokes.
And I have a story about that. LA is always like, you don't have to curse so much.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, you could take some of those curse words out and do this and do that. And to me, I'd be like, but I think it's funnier with the curses in it. But then when I do try it, you know what I mean? Because I take his advice. When I do try it without the curse words with certain crowds, it goes over better.
Yeah.
So it's like you say, you having to know how to adapt. Like, I know when I need to use those curse words, and I know when I don't.
Yep. But
I got surprised for Garrett's show downtown when he did the show and he had us all on there.
Yeah.
He text messaged me as I'm driving to the show, and it's like, hey, this is gonna have to be a clean comedy show because they got kids in the building.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh shit. Like, I had no plan of being clean whatsoever.
Yeah, and you're going on stage in 20 minutes.
Right. So when I get there, I'm like, I go in there, I look around, and I see the kids, and I'm like, how old are these kids? And I'm like, okay, they're probably like 8, 9, 10, because there was 3 kids in there. Then they had like a little baby. So I'm like, this looks like the kind of crowd that I can get I found the cheat code joke off of.
Yep.
But I got to just fix it up a little bit, you know what I mean? And so I'm telling the joke, and then I just looked over, and I'm like, and kids, when 3 people go in the room together, that just means that we're going to play Yahtzee until everybody wins. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
And it went over so well, you know what I mean? The way that I switched the joke up, it was better than if I would have did it the original way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was just in adapting in the first 5 minutes of knowing that my whole set had to be cleaner. Yeah. You know what I mean? I said a couple of curse words, but I wasn't as raw as we can be, you know what I mean? Because I know how you are, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those kids would have learned some shit that day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it was just it was a curveball, but I adapted well to it, and that just lets you know the growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you can get surprised with something like that and go in there and still kill, because I had them laughing the whole time I was on stage. Now, and then to see another comedian go up and pretty much bomb because he couldn't do how it fucked him up when he heard that, like, oh God, I can't curse, like I can't, like he already had it in his mind that he was going to do bad. Yeah. And I was me and Arthur were outside talking to him, like, nah, man, just do your thing, like, don't go in there with that in your mind. And he went in there with it in his mind, and yeah. But Malcolm brought it right back up, you know what I'm saying? So, but I felt bad for him, you know what I mean? Because that's just the not having nobody in your corner thing, I believe, that lets you know sometimes that, hey, you don't have to do that all the time. You got to try to switch it up a little bit. Sure. And because LA does the clean comedy thing, you know what I'm saying? Sure. And he's like, yo, you could get more shows if you do clean comedy. But I'm like, yeah, a lot of the people that I study, they don't do clean comedy. Like, you are really the only person I know that does clean, that I watch. Sure. Like, I don't even watch clean comedy. Right. But to each their own, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying.
That's exactly it. Is like, I've been told by, other comedians that I respect is like, maybe not use this joke or maybe not do this. And it's like, well, but those are mine, and I own those. And, I've had people walk out in the middle of my set because I say a controversial joke, right? And it's not, and in the middle of laughter, right? But I get that one person to stand up, and you know what? That's fine. If I'm not for you, I'm not for you. I can accept that,
right?
But I've had people walk up to me after the show. I had one girl walk up to me and she said, I left after you said this joke, right? And I wasn't going to come back, but I waited like 2 or 3 minutes and I came back in. I caught another 5 minutes of you, and you are hilarious. I just really didn't appreciate this joke. And I gave her a hug. I said, listen, that one's not for you. I totally get it. I was like, but thank you so much for complimenting the rest of my set, right? But I'm glad that you could find some middle ground and find something that you did like, and I just told her, I said, that joke is very near and dear to my heart because it's true. Right. And I had to put a comedy spin on it for myself.
Right.
And that's the thing is like, there's no such thing as there is such a thing as a bad joke, but if you believe in it and if you think this is something that you truly believe in, you can find the funny in it.
You can find the funny in it.
It just may take a little bit longer on certain things. Certain jokes have taken me longer to write. Other ones just kind of came to me in a conversation with a friend, and I was like, that alone is funny. I can turn that into joke form immediately.
Now, see, for me, it's different because I do write, but I don't write out a whole joke. I just do keywords.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like I'll write out like my Trump joke. It's just I gained a new respect for Trump, and then I tell the reason why. I know the reason why I gained a new respect for him.
Sure.
So then that's how I roll with all my jokes. Like none of my jokes are all the way written out. They're just all keywords that I go off of. You know what I mean? And I know what I want to say about that word or that line, that sentence.
I kind of do that. I kind of do the same thing, but it's keywords for my acts. I've already kind of written out or worked out the verbiage for it. Mm-hmm. But I will say this, recording my sets and then watching them back really tells me a lot because sometimes I left this part out and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
I said this and my inflection was wrong,
And that's the reason why I don't write whole jokes. Like that's why I don't write a whole thing out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can write this whole fucking long ass joke out and then you get up there and you like, cause I still get caught up in the thing of how much time do I have left?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'm like shortening my jokes up. So if I don't feel like I need to write a whole paragraph of the joke. As long as I know what the context of the joke, I can roll with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'd be like, what if I write this whole joke out and I only get to say 3 sentences, and then once I get that big pop, I'm not going to keep rolling with it because I don't want to bring it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, and I think that waiting to go on stage is kind of like sitting in class waiting for the school bell to ring. Where it's like there's 2 minutes on the clock, but it feels like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Right. But then you get on stage and 5 minutes feels like 30 seconds. There's no concept.
Bro, I remember when 5 minutes felt like 5 hours. Like that 5 minutes used to feel like, I think my first 3 shows, my first 3 open mics, I'm going to say, I was up there like, oh my God. Like, my mouth used to get dry. Like, I'm like, oh my God, is it over yet? Like,
somebody light me.
Yeah, somebody give me the light. And then LA would see it. Like, he's that good. Like, he sees it when you're going down.
Oh, yeah.
And he instantly gives you the light so that you can wrap it up. You know what I mean? But now it's like, now I get to 12 minutes and I'm like, I get the light. You know what I mean? Because he usually give me the light when I got 3 minutes left when we do a show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I did 12 minutes already? Like, I was ready to just keep rolling, you know what I'm saying? So that you get surprised with your growth. You know what I mean? I know I do, and I know everybody else does, because it's just that feeling. Like, if you're passionate about comedy, when you get that feeling that, damn, I just did 15 minutes like it was 5.
Yeah.
So that's a good feeling for me.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the constant growth piece only happens if when you're doing the shows that you're putting 100% forward.
Yeah.
Because I have seen some comedians where it's like you come out with the same shtick every time, and it doesn't look like you've worked on it at all.
Right.
It doesn't. I don't see any growth, over and over. And it's like, do you practice? Like, do you ever practice in the car by yourself, saying a joke or anything?
I do a lot of practicing at home.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll get in the mirror and practice. I'll get my kids to sit down and like treat them like my audience. You know what I'm saying?
Love that.
And a lot of times I talk to my girl about my jokes. Like, when I'm writing a new joke or I have a new idea for a joke, I'll tell them to my girl, and she'd be like, you need to work on that one a little bit. Or she'll be like, oh, that's going to be good. Like, that's going to be funny. You know what I mean? So I appreciate her for, helping me out when she helps me out with my jokes and stuff. But yeah, I don't never just try to go up there and wing some shit that I haven't practiced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I learned my lesson about that. The one time that I have bombed, because I have bombed since I've been doing this, it was at Ursula's. You know what I mean? I went up there with all new jokes that I wanted to do, and I hadn't practiced any of them. I'm just like, I'm Chout Bout. I'm going ahead and do these fucking jokes.
You're damn right.
You know what I mean? And I fucking bombed bad. You know what I mean? It's so bad to the point where after open mic, LA was like, yo, what happened? You all right? And we had the coffee pot that night. He's like, I hope you don't come to the coffee pot with that shit. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm going to do better than this at the coffee pot, I promise. But that right there let me know I never wanted to feel that again.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? That's a growing thing, right?
Yeah.
That truly is. It's growth, because I've bombed before, 100%.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
No.
But you're still up there on stage, right? And you're feeling it in the moment. You feel it after you get off stage. But it's one of those things where it makes you so damn uncomfortable that you're like, I don't ever want to feel this again.
Bombing feels like if you and your buddy were standing outside of a bar pissing, and you turn around and slip and fall, but then your buddy's pissed instead of your own. Like, that's
yeah.
That's what bombing feels like, if you want to know.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it feels
that's
like.
That's 100% true. Yeah. So segue here, speaking of piss, have you seen this new TikTok guy from Roanoke?
Yes, the Roanoke pisser?
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. I'm trying so hard to get him to do an interview. I messaged him and I said, listen, man, like, you can wear a mask, I'm not going to take down your plate or anything. Like, I'm not working for the police. Plus, I think from the videos, I mean, it may be him actually taking a piss all over Roanoke, or maybe a water bottle. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to talk to the guy.
Yeah, because that shit is hilarious.
Dude, what an original idea.
And you know that it's hilarious because he has thousands of views.
Dude, the first time that my fiance showed me was this week. She was like, have you heard about the Roanoke pisser? I was like, what? And she showed me some of the videos, and y'all look it up. Tell me if it ain't funny. I thought it was hilarious. But it's like, man, this guy just one night was like, you know what? I'm going to be the Roanoke pisser. Like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna post TikToks of peeing all over Roanoke. That's
all over Roanoke. When I was editing a video on TikTok, and I uploaded my video, and after I uploaded my video, I scrolled up, and his video was right there, and I'm like, what, is he fucking taking a piss on the side of this building in broad daylight?
Oh man, yeah. Just hey, you know what? When you gotta go, you gotta go, and why not TikTok it?
Why not TikTok it, bro? Like, that, it was genius. Like you said, it was genius for him to just decide, you know what? I'm going to be the guy that's on TikTok pissing any way I want to in Roanoke.
Yeah. I wrote a joke about him that I don't plan on using on stage, but I used it on my fiance because she was like, she said, he's at it again. And I was like, listen, I'm not into this guy anymore, She's like, what are you talking about? You thought he was hilarious. I was like, yeah, but he's just all videos, I want him to live stream,
Yeah.
Get it? Live stream?
Yeah.
Because he's peeing. I'm not using that on stage, but, because it's not that funny. But, yeah, I would like to see him live stream. That would be great, Just go around, piss on a bunch of stuff.
Live.
Yeah. I think he's starting a movement, though. I really do. I think it's not too long from now to where we're going to start seeing, like, the Blacksburg pisser, and, the Raleigh, North Carolina pisser, and we're just gonna have a lot of pee all over America, I think.
But it's good though. The shit is good, man.
It is.
I like anybody that's original. You know what I mean? And if that's what you felt like you wanted to be, then I fucking love it.
Oh man, yeah. And there, my only thing is seeing something like that is like, you know, the cops are gonna try to bust him or something, and it's just like, you know, that's why I say I think it's a water bottle. I don't think he's whipping his dick out everywhere. But you know,
if he is, I would rather him to be really pissed.
Oh, me too.
If I found out
I would
was
much
a water
rather.
bottle, I'd be kind of upset. But
Yeah, he does have a consistent stream every every video. Oh man, hasn't been too long since the Charlie Kirk incident happened, right?
Yeah.
Give me your viewpoint on that.
My viewpoint on that is no matter what his opinions were or his ideals of how things should be or when things were better, nobody deserves to be killed for their opinion or their ideas.
Yeah.
And that's just my complete opinion about it, because I know he said some things that, you know, African American people are like, oh, well, who cares? Like, but still, it wasn't right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you don't like what he says, don't listen to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to, whoever that person was, you didn't have to go there, that place, to that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that man had a family. No matter what anybody believes, people have families and lives that they're living, and they don't deserve to be taken away from their family and loved ones just because of what they think or what they believe. You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
And a lot of comedians and radio personalities have said negative things about this situation, have been getting death threats and all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when does it end? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
y'all mad about this person being unalive for his opinion, but now you want to send this person death threats because of their opinion about the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like if you don't have anything positive or nice to say about the situation, you shouldn't talk about it. But because of the internet and people wanting that clickbait, you know what I mean? They just get on the internet and say anything and don't realize the outcome of people that are hurt behind the situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that hate sells.
Right.
You know, and I'm kind of in the same box as you. Is like, you know, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't care what your political beliefs are. I don't care what your religion is, right? Like, these are just check boxes, in my opinion, to not to who you are as a person, but what your decisions are in your life. They don't affect me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so that I've always been outspoken about just saying, you know, I don't care, you know, who you are, where you're from. Like, I just want, we can find middle ground.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if we can't, then we just go our separate ways and we just don't fuck with each other.
Exactly. And the thing that aggravates me the most about it is, like, you know, we do the podcast with LA. LA does the podcast Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it on the podcast or whatever, and I said the same thing that I just said. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what his opinion was, what his belief was.
Sure.
He didn't deserve to be murdered because you don't like what he thinks.
Yeah.
And I've had people messaging me, like my friends and family and shit message me, like, did you know that he said that America would be better if slavery, like, Black America was better when it was slavery? I'm like, do you ever think, do you look like we're gonna go back to slavery, bro? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So what, he said that? Do you feel like he needed to be murdered in front of on national TV because he thought that?
Well, not only that, but why are you? This may sound stupid, but why are you tuning into that then? Why even listen?
Why are you listening to what he's talking about if you know you're not gonna like what comes out of his mouth?
Yeah, like, I've been around people who just, if all they spew is hate, I avoid that. I don't want to be around that person.
That's like going to get a toothy blowjob when you know that it's going to be a toothy blowjob. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Thank you for the experience the first time, but it wasn't great.
It's not for me.
It's not for me.
It's not for me. But you know what? It might be for somebody else. Go around giving those toothies.
Go around giving those toothies, but it's not for me. So I don't care to be bothered with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same way I feel about politics. You know what I mean? Even with the election, like, oh, this and that. Like, listen, don't vote for him then.
Yeah.
And the people that piss me off the most are the people that don't even vote. They have the most to say.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah. And then they want to say, well, my opinion's not going to be heard anyways. Well, still, you have this ability, to go out and vote.
Go out and vote and make your opinion heard or unheard, but at least in your heart you did something.
Well, but it's just like anything else. I mean, I don't know if you've been in one of these meetings at work where they say, hey, we're trying to improve the workplace. How can we make it better? And somebody raises their hand and gives an idea, and then they're like, yeah, okay. And then a week later, that person who had that idea is like, well, looks like there's not going to be any change because I told them this is what I wanted to change and it didn't change. Well, it may not be able to, but just because it didn't, you had a voice in the matter, right? Like you had a voice. And so I think that's the problem with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, is that it's suppressing our one freedom that I think makes America great, and that is freedom of speech.
Exactly.
You should be able to say whatever in the heck you want to say. I should be able to say whatever I want to say. And, that's how we really get to the good ideas, is let the right say whatever they want, let the left say whatever they want, but take the best ideas from both.
And make America great again.
And make America great again.
That's the damn truth right there, man. Like, the freedom of speech is one of the most important things that we have. I couldn't do what we do being comedians. You doing your music, like, if I had to watch every little thing that I said because I'm worried about somebody fucking shooting me because of what I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Yeah. Suppression of speech is just not the thing.
Not the thing, bro. Like, I don't know. I think it's even such a hard thing for me to even talk about, like, because America has been tarnished with hate killings for years and years and decades and decades and decades.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When do we learn that it's just going to be somebody else? You don't think there's another Charlie Kirk that's going to say things that you don't like?
Sure.
So you mean to tell me when he starts debating live that somebody's going to try to take his life too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it's messed up. I hope that we can all kind of band together in the feeling of no one deserves to be, to be taken out just because of their beliefs
At all.
Yeah, I'm certainly a big believer in that. So, and did you see where that football player, I guess, says, I think it was a football player, basically pledged that he was going to be taking care of Charlie Kirk's kids and, all of their up to, I guess, high school and college and stuff like that, just anything that they need in order to take care of Charlie's kids.
I didn't hear about that, but shit, it's noble if he felt that strongly about that gentleman. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was more of the situation. That is kind of the same thing we're saying, is like no one deserves that, and he leaves behind a wife and 2 kids, and who knows where that money's going to come from, because that was Charlie, like he was the one out, he was the breadwinner of that family. So, to step up and say, I'm going to take care of those kids, that's, we need more of that.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
Yeah. That was a noble thing for him to do. You know what I mean? If he felt that strongly about it, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what shows do you have coming up?
Oh, let's see. This week, Thursday, we got the Real Funny Comedy Festival. Yeah. On Thursday, I'll be at the Community Arts Research Center hosting that show. It's going to be Teron Rogers, Arthur Stump, Gerald Brown, myself hosting, and then the headliner is Artsy Musa. Yep. I've never worked with him before or seen his stand-up for real, so I'm excited to see how he comes to the table, you know what I mean? I always get excited about that. Yeah. And then after that, on the 27th of September, I'll be in Nashville, Tennessee, doing Smokes and Jokes with Adrian Walker in L.A. and myself. And after that, it'll be October the 3rd, which, unfortunately, like I said, I got another venue change. So, unfortunate event happened at Levels Norfolk where the kitchen is going to be met down for a little bit. Yeah. So I'm switching to levels Chesapeake. I should get the flyer tonight. My flyer guy said he'll have a address change for me again tonight. So, but the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? It's my first show. I'm not backing out of it. I have the backup places. It's going to be people in the building. It's going to be successful. I'm speaking into existence. Yeah. But we have another location change, L.A. L.A. said that shit on the show. We did the plays. We see it was going to be another location change. And I was like, damn, why did he say that? And then sure enough, fucking yesterday morning, my homeboy hit me up like, yo, bro, you ain't going to believe what happened. We got to change the venue again. You could cancel the show or you could keep it rocking. And we're going to help you promote it. We're going to have people in the building so it's not a flop for you. But you got to change the venue again.
Keep it rocking.
Keep it rocking.
That's what you do.
Keep it rocking.
I love that. So you Twitch stream.
Yes.
I know that you Twitch stream a lot of Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. And right now I'm trying to finish the new Mafia, Old Country.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's a good-ass game, bro.
Heck yeah.
A lot of Warzone. I do stream some multiplayer a little bit, but mostly Warzone.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that there was a... because I've obviously watched your Twitch. I know that there was one guy who was asking to play with you. His name is Dodging Bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you played with him yet?
No.
Gotcha.
Because I don't have. He's playing MLB 18. I have MLB 24.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So I don't have he wanted to play MLB with me. So I was like, because he knows I play sports games too. Because I think I played 2K, I streamed 2K before. I stream just about anything that I play, but I've been going hard on Warzone because I get the most views when I make my clips. So.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for that GTA 6 to come out, bro.
Oh, who isn't?
I can't wait to stream that.
They just keep on pushing it back. And it kills me.
But we got a release date now. It's supposed to be May 10th. It's set in stone for May 10th. They've been doing the trailers and everything, and that date is set in stone, May 10th.
I'll believe it when I see it.
That's the same thing I said, but I've already pre-ordered it.
Got you. Well, I can tell you, Dodging Bullets also wants to play Warzone with you.
You want to play some Warzone?
I am Dodging Bullets.
I know. I figured that when you just said what you just said. I don't have the... MLB, so let's play some Warzone.
I want to play some Warzone.
Let's do it.
I was gonna try to play some Warzone with you and not be me, right, and see how long it would take you to figure it out. But yeah, when we scheduled this, I was like, just wait until he comes in. But yeah, I got MLB 25, and I am on that all the time.
Okay.
Like, I'm on that all the time. But I definitely love playing Warzone. Helldivers, have you played that yet?
No, like I don't get into the
third-person stuff? Or?
Yeah. Oh, no, I like third-person games, but like the extraterrestrial shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's not my wave. Like, my cousin streams that. Don't Be Mad, the real Don't Be Mad son on Twitch. He streams Helldivers and Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it was about Destiny. Destiny just felt too much like Halo. You know? It felt way too much like it, and, I like original games.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Destiny. I never even played Destiny. I just watch my cousin's streams. Like, I can watch it, but I just can't get into the play of it. Like, I
feel it.
Fighting aliens that are trying to take over the world, like, it's just too much for me.
Yeah, and terminids, which are like huge termites. Yeah. Like, I tell you what though, it's when you start playing it on like medium and hard, that game gets crazy.
Oh yeah.
I mean crazy. And there's no auto reload. So, like, you got to know how many bullets you got in the chamber, and all you get is 8 magazines.
Oh.
But you can call in reinforcements of ammo and stuff, but there's no picking up ammo off the ground like Call of Duty, nothing. I mean, it's a completely different type of game. But it is fun.
I see my cousin running around with the flamethrower on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But that's one thing we need to do. I'll record a stream of me and you playing some Call of Duty Warzone. I think that would be a good time.
Hell yeah. You play Resurgence or you play everything?
Everything.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Resurgence or regular Warzone, whatever. But yeah, I think that would be a good time for sure.
Yeah, me and my squad, we got 3 wins in a row the other night, man. So I dropped all them clips.
Oh, heck yeah. Are you doing Warzone casual?
We do Casuals, Battle Royale, regular Battle Royale, and then Resurgence.
Got you.
But Resurgence is so hectic, bro, because there's so many streamers in there going hard.
Oh, yeah.
For those win clips, you
Dude,
know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. It is crazy. Plus, going into like the regular Warzone, like I like to play casual. I just like it because, man, you know, when you run into a human team, it's fun. But man, when you're running into everyone who has, you know, perfect aim, I mean, just crazy, and they've got the paid guns and stuff like that, it's like, this isn't even fun.
And the modded controllers, because you know they got the modded controllers where you can have the joysticks higher.
Oh yeah.
So you get the better response time and all of that. Like, yeah, I just ordered me some.
Nice. Absolutely.
Because when you stream it, man, you got to be on it. You know what I'm saying? Because those other streamers, you know when you run into a 4-man team and like 2 of them are streaming, because they are going so hard, bro. I'm talking about jumping out of windows. Just, bro, I seen a dude jump out of a window and parachute into the window underneath. He never touched the ground.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. I'm not doing that. I'm jumping out the window. I may break my knees on the way out, you know?
But it's fun, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's a blast.
So I'm definitely down for that. I've been trying to get LA on, and JC, and Jordan plays Warzone too. So maybe we could grab.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, maybe me, you, and Jordan could run together and get some Warzone going on if he's not.
Jordan, we're playing Warzone together. It's non-negotiable.
Jordan B, do you hear it?
Yeah, you're going to be there. We'll make sure. We'll pick a night when you're good, when you're free.
One night, me and Jordan were up to like 4 a.m.
Oh, I'm down. I was up till 4 a.m. last night. Playing Crazy Taxi with my lady. You know?
God, Crazy Taxi.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
That's a classic right there.
Yeah, dude. It's so much fun. Yeah, we did our podcast, then we did an aftermath playing Crazy Taxi, and that one probably won't come out for another week or so, but just because I'm trying to make sure that I release, you know, for the comedy festival, you know, having you on Wednesday, having Arthur on Monday. So, you know, I'm excited for that.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good festival.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's because it's tight, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's going to be good.
Yeah. So tell me this, in life, what do you feel like your biggest accomplishment has been?
In life, my biggest accomplishment?
Yeah. Something that you're most proud of.
So many things.
I love that.
But I would say my biggest accomplishment in life is the fact that no matter what goes on, I make sure that I'm like the best father to my kids.
Love that.
You know what I mean? Like, I try to be there for them for everything. You know what I mean? But I didn't have that when I was a kid, and I think that's why. You know what I mean? I make that my goal, to make sure that my kids can always depend on me. Me and my dad did have a relationship when I got 16, and we had a bomb-ass relationship. I wouldn't change it for anything, but I've been in my kids' lives their whole lives. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And, like, I strive for that. Like, and I would say just trying to be the best guy I can be for my lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a super good girl to me. You know what I'm saying? And of course, every couple has their ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, she's super good to me. So, like I was telling you earlier, I got to get this fucking quality time thing together, because I've been grinding so hard with comedy and streaming and podcast and everything else. Like, I'm going to be on Rod Uncensored podcast tonight at 9.
Let's go.
So, but I got to make some time for her and show her that she's important, because that's another thing that's important to me is family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm big on family, so happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, every relationship's going to have up and downs, but I think when you got, you know, I always call it a pilot and a co-pilot. It doesn't matter who's in the, you know, it doesn't matter which one is which.
Right.
But it's that when the ups happen or the lows happen, that you come together in order to, you know, basically find the best path, you know, for both to go.
Definitely.
You know, I can't tell you how many times that, you know, my fiance and I, you know, we have a disagreement, but it's okay to have different thoughts and different opinions between the two of us. And we have said before, hey, you go your way, I'll go my way, but we still love each other. You know, like that's fine. If you want to do this, I'm going to do this, you know, and we can just agree to disagree. Right. You know, and I'll still love you just as much. Right. You know, and you know, for me, I would say just having somebody in my life, you know, because I've had multiple relationships, and I can say I'm in the healthiest relationship I've ever been in my life, where, you know, I try to give it my all every single day, 365 days, you know, a year with her. And I know she gives me the exact same thing. Same. So to find somebody like that, I mean, it's a diamond in the rough, you know?
Yeah, it is, because she supports everything that I do, you know what I mean? But you know how women are, man. When they feel like you're not giving them enough quality time, bro, it's like, that Shin Godzilla ought to be talking about.
Yeah, that's a fact.
With the fucking prehensile tails, destroying shit.
But the good news is that, you know, I think that in a relationship, a woman only gets to be Godzilla when her man doesn't take, when she came to you and said, I need this time. I know you, right? You even said it. Like, you said, I got to make that time. Yeah. You know, I think it's some of these guys out there that whenever your lady says, I need this time, you're like, oh, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. Right. No, like, it's a priority for you now, you know? Definitely. And the fact that, you know, they are so supportive of us and what we do, and, you know, constantly being unavailable, that, you know, when you say, hey, I feel like we haven't spent time. Rachel said this to me before, you know, I feel like we haven't spent time together in a month, you know, and I hung out with her last week. Right. But it doesn't matter. It's how she feels. Right. And all she's asking for is a little bit of one-on-one time. And why wouldn't I? That's my favorite person on earth.
And bro, it's so crazy you said that, because when she said it to me, I was just like, we was just in Newport News. I got a babysitter for the kids, and we went to my homeboy's concert. Like, he performed at an after party. My homeboy, the Ghetto Ghost, performed at an after party that 38 Special was having, because he had a show in Norfolk or something. Like, we went to that, but I don't like that. I'm like, all right, shit, I thought I was doing something, but, you know, and sometimes you don't understand it right there in the moment. Yeah. But you still, I'm the type of person, like, I'll just be quiet and think about it. Same. You know what I'm saying? And then when I think about it, I'm like, all right. Yeah. I need to make that time, because you deserve it. And you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you another secret of mine, though, before we get out of here, right, is that I'm seriously thinking about making the move that my brother Jordan B made, and just taking comedy full time.
Oh, wow.
Like, I'm not serious about it right now, to where, like, I don't, if I feel like if you just keep doing, like, open mics, and we do a lot of shows, you know what I'm saying, too, like, besides the open mic. Thank God for LA and people like Jordan that gets me down to Jersey Hustle, and Ray Flasher and them, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jersey Hustle. And LA Preston for always putting me on shows, like, but, like, I feel like I just want to start doing things, man, that's going to really get me seen more and heard more, like, going to different places. Like, my girl, her parents live in Seattle, and my stepdaughter and my granddaughter live out there, and, like, they always calling me like, hey, you know, they do a lot of open mic comedy stuff out here, have all kind of comedy clubs. You need to come out here and do something to get seen out here, and then blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm really ready to start doing stuff like that. Like, I want to go to Greensboro and hit up Stephanie's spot, like the O. I want to just do so many different things, and I just got to figure out how to make it make sense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to make money. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And open mics don't pay.
And open mics don't pay. You know what I'm saying? Open mics don't pay, but I feel like open mics are the gateway to being successful.
For sure. Yeah.
Because you never know who's going to be in there.
Well, and normally it gets you in front of the people who are getting shows together.
Right.
You know, for the most part, like the guys who are doing the open mics, especially around here, they're the ones who are running the comedy fests, you know, or festivals. Like, they're the ones who are, you know, making shows, you know, and it's, but I have noticed too, and Garrett Brumfield has kind of taken this on, is like, you can be a comedian and you can just start asking, can I do a show here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there are places around, Roanoke, Blacksburg, Lynchburg, all over the place that will have shows, but when you go to put on a show, I don't know, to me it's a little bit more than what I want to take on personally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if I do a show, I want to make sure everyone's properly compensated. And in order to do that, you gotta have butts in the seats.
Yeah. And that's why another thing, like, I'm so appreciative of the comedians that have become my friends and stuff. Like you, Jordan, like when I asked Jordan to be the headliner for my show, he was like, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Like he didn't say, yo, well, I'm gonna need this and I'm gonna need that. We talked about something, but at the end of the day, he's looking out for the boy. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like LA, like, okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Althea McFarlane, the host of the Morning Max show, she's like, all right, I got you. But she was like, you know what I'm saying? But she got me though, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going crazy on me, and they just want me to have a successful first show. Yeah. And that's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm just thankful for that, you know what I mean? I'm thankful for it all, you know what I'm saying? And if this works out the way that I want it to work out, it's going to be plenty of more, because they want comedy out there, you know what I mean? And if this works out, then I'll be able to put on a lot more shows out there. I'll have the idea better of how to do it better, and this could be something where I'm going to be like, yo, Jared, I need you. You know what I'm saying? And
it'll be, I got you.
And I already know it's going to be, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, and, but it's just like, everybody says Malcolm Franklin to promote anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy. And I know he's the reason why Adrian Walker hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Because him and Adrian do a lot of things together. Yeah. And he started pretty much following me because of Malcolm, you know what I mean? And like, yo, this dude is funny. I'm telling you, you just need to check him out. And eventually, I knew it was coming. Eventually, he hit me up about doing a show, and I was down for it, you know what I mean? So he looked out for me, and we were going to make it happen on the 27th, man. I hope Nashville, I hope you're ready for Chout Bout, man.
Hey, I know. I know that you, I mean, just the little bit that I know about you and the time that we spent together, I know that, you're willing to do the things that it takes in order to be successful.
Yeah. Because I definitely want to be a big comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I want to do movies and all kind of shit. You know what I mean? But I'm tired of punching the clock every day.
I feel that. Yeah, I totally get it.
And I drive truck, man. So, like, I be tired, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I could get up and write some jokes and shit and go do podcasts and get paid to do everything that I love doing, stream Twitch. Like, come on, these guys are making... I think T Grizzly makes 1.5 a month streaming, from between commercials and endorsements for the stream and all of that. He's making like 1.5 every month or so, bro. Like playing the game every day. Yeah. I would happily get up and turn on my PS5 for 1.5 a month.
Yeah. I think the thing that I always think about is it's such a saturated market. How are you gonna stand out, right? And I think anytime that I ever watch, like these people who say, yeah, I have this stream and they're very successful with it, it's all about being consistent, right? Yeah. Like it's all about consistency. And like for me, with this podcast, I did this podcast because this is just fun. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where if it takes off, that would be great. But let me tell you, I'm just going to keep on pumping out episodes, whether you watch it or not. I don't give a shit. This is just fun to sit down with my friends or people that I'm very interested in getting to know, like yourself, where it's just, this is a blast. And it's people like you that make it fun.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, we'll put a button on this. This has been Jared's Not Funny. Once again, I'm Jared Christianson. This has been Chout Bout. And Chout, really quick, your shirt. Where can I get one of those?
Well, I have the merch link on bonfire.com.
Okay.
/Bout Got Jokes.
Yeah.
And I got all kind of stuff on there. Hoodies, trucker hats. I got all kind of merch on there for you, man.
Get you some Chout Bout merch. Go on and check it out. We'll try to put some kind of link there so that they can get to your merch.
Okay, I appreciate it, man.
That'd be awesome.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Peace out.
Peace out.